We're two hitchhikers. We met while hiking Mount Baldy with mutual friends, wasted no time, got engaged on a frozen alpine lake, got hitched, and have been adventuring together since. We're embarking on a new adventure of living big in a tiny home. Let's see how this goes.
Adventure awaits.
Well, good morning. Yesterday, I was able to tackle sanding all of these posts here. And this morning, my job is to tackle sanding the top of the deck portion of the patio, I guess we're calling it. And then once I complete that, I'll then be able to seal everything up. So it's about 35 degrees right now. There we go, it's a little bit more light. But it feels good because the sun is quite strong. So it's warm enough for me to be able to work out here without being truly uncomfortable. But I'm hoping to get the majority of the work done before the sun gets very high in the sky. And then later on, once I'm actually staining everything, I'll be in the shade of this patio, so it won't be terrible. Anyway, trying to get a head start on things. And I have yesterday's sanding clothes on. I don't know if you can see all the dust on me, but I don't like doing laundry more than I need to, so I'm just repurposing the clothes from yesterday. Anyhow, gonna get started. So I guess the sanding is working. Stuff is coming off. Goodness, this is why safety gear is important, but this is doing kind of a decent job. Now this is treated wood. It's specifically for outdoor use, and most people would use this for decks. But we want to make sure that we get a waterproof sealer on it. So that's why I'm going through and just doing a light sanding, because there's a lot of gunk on here. There's a lot of the tree sap that has come through. And then there's also just, I guess, bird poop from where it was being stored. So we just want to clean it off before we actually apply that sealer up here. And I have my foreman there in the window, making sure I'm doing everything properly. Hi, little Ray. All right, I got the sanding complete. I might have a couple more spots to address, but I'm gonna do those bit by bit. What I need to do next is actually turn on the hose and spray it all down, because if I start sweeping right now, I'm just gonna kick up dust everywhere, and I need the dust to just go away. We have a riser here, which is where we turn on the garden hose. But to turn it on, I have to walk a quarter mile that way and then come back here to get everything going. So that's where I'm headed now. So check this out. As I'm walking over to turn the water on, you can see, hopefully you can see this, the brighter green is actually the wheat coming up. So right now it's a race between the wheat and the mustard. The mustard is actually considered a weed here, but it looks like we might sort of get a harvest. We're still not sure. We're just watching to see who wins the race. Okay, I went back over there to turn the pump off, and now I'm walking back. So yeah, in total, to turn the water on, I've got to walk a mile. So I definitely get my steps in a day here. And I don't know, in case you ever wonder, like, well, what does Tasha do if Ruben's at work all day? Everything here takes a long time. As you can see, we are experiencing some more beautiful springtime weather. I think we're supposed to hit a high of 74 today. It feels lovely. There's a nice breeze and it's a perfect day to get done what we need to get done. So as you can see, Ruben is working over here on the exterior part of this shed. So we're finally working on the water project. What he needs to do right now is set up an exterior electrical outlet, and that is going to hook up to an ozone filtration process, which will basically kill any bacteria that might be present in the water. And that is going to happen here with the cistern on the outside. So that will all take place prior to it going into the shed for the water filtration system on the inside that will then go towards like the washing machine and then the interior of the house. So first things first, Ruben's going to get started here. And while he's doing that, I'm going to get busy working on ripping some cedar wood planks to finish off the exterior that he kind of has pulled back here and then on the top. We just want to finish it off to make it look nice and all kind of come together. So that's my job.
Gonna plug in here, wire's gonna come through here, close that, it's gonna do its thing. So we have a weatherproof outlet outside. Great. Bada bing. Damn, that one's on down. Hey.
Ready to go, sweets?
The adventure continues.
Yep, we have to head to Home Depot, which means we have to go up to Oregon, but there is so much to fit in a day that we had to set the alarm for 4 o'clock. So we left a little later than planned because we hit snooze a couple times, but it's it's 5:10 in the morning and we're heading out, so we should get there right after they open. And little Ray is on the adventure with us. She's in the back somewhere exploring the nothingness of the former. To get to Oregon, we take Interstate 5, which requires us going up and over Siskiyou Pass. Siskiyou is believed to be derived from a Cree phrase meaning bobtailed horse. Now, Siskiyou Pass is the highest point on Interstate 5, which is just a few miles after crossing over from California to the Oregon border. It's a short pass, but with an elevation of a little over 4,100 feet, weather and driving conditions are often a little sketchy, although mostly during the winter months. It is quite a beautiful drive, though. Right here. After one of the quickest Home Depot runs to Oregon, we head back home to continue the projects, but not before enjoying morning unfolding before us as we look over the pass onto California. Okay, back to work.
Some people might say, Ruben, is this up to code? It's up to code blue for water. That's about it. As long as the water gets in the tank, I don't care.
Is there more coming?
These like these. So it's just gonna do that. Ta-da! And then this is gonna stretch out and connect to that guy right over there.
And this is what we're going to insulate.
Yeah, this is gonna be insulated all the way in. And then the other pipe is gonna go here. And then it's gonna come straight down, insulated, and then go from here to there, insulated. Right.
So I'm going to do a little bit of explaining here. Hopefully it makes sense. So this right here is one of our risers. It's part of our irrigation system that was already set up here on the property. So what we're doing is we're connecting all of the dots here. So this is going to be our source of water that Ruben is going to run a line, which of course will be insulated, properly installed, and it's going to fill up our cistern there. And that is what we're going to be utilizing for the household water supply. So there's a lot involved in this process, but that is essentially how it goes. Now, once again, we don't have a pump here on this side of the property. It's on the other side of the property, which is a 1/4 mile away. So we need to turn on water over there, which will then come out of these risers. We turn this on and then it will flow into what we need to over there. But yeah, a few steps involved in this process.
It's a bada boo, you know?
I'm not a plumber, I'm a mechanic, but I can figure things out. So this is type A PEX. The reason why I got it is because it's top of the line. It's what I want inside the house. But I did not foresee that type A PEX requires type A fittings. You can use type B fittings on type A PEX. As you can see, it crimps and it will hold down. But it's a freaking cluster. So pay attention to your fittings and pay attention to your pipe. So what I connected was the cistern directly to the water pump. So this water pump, it operates in 2 phases. It could be a single phase, which is 1/2 horsepower, or if I do it at 210 volts, it's 2 phase, and it would be at 1 horsepower. 1 horsepower is way too much for what we have at the house. So 1/2 horsepower is going to be able to give us 12 gallons per minute at 50 PSI, which is more than enough for the house.
Okay. And we're relaxing. The sun has already set. It's almost a full moon, but it's not really that cold. We're just covering ourselves because the mosquitoes are already coming out.
Officially out.
Well, family, that wraps up this week's video. We have been so thankful for the weather to be able to get so much accomplished this week. If you got something out of this video, please consider liking this video, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We thank you so much for following along on this crazy adventure of ours. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.